President Roosevelt came down to declare war against Japan, and we did, and I called the roll and took the vote.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The United States was at peace with that nation, and at the solicitation of Japan, was still in conversation with its government and its emperor, looking toward the maintenance of peace in the Pacific. Indeed, 1 hour after Japanese air squadrons had commenced bombing in the American island of Oahu, the Japanese ambassador to the United States and his colleague delivered to our Secretary of State a formal reply to a recent American message. I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
Well, I remember one thing, of course, we had one vote against war, and there was a lady from Montana, Jeanette Rankin, and she voted against war. She was strict pacifist. She voted against World War I because she felt that way, and then she didn't run at that time, one term, and then all those years, up until World War II was declared, she was elected again for one term, and she voted against it. And I remember this vividly because she was down in the front row of the chamber, which is right in front of me, and she was crying like a baby. And Everett Dirksen, who she admired, and who's a dear friend of mine too, came down, put his arm around her, and tried to get her, because he told me that he tried to get her to vote present, but she would not vote present. She voted against the war.
8 members voted aye. 1 voted no. The rules are suspended, and the resolution is agreed to.
And I think it was 2 days later, we declared war on Germany and Italy. And the president did not come down to the chambers of Congress. And I acted as proxy for the president and read his message asking for the declaration of war against Germany and Italy. And, of course, I took the vote again on that.
Delay invites greater danger. Rapid and united effort by all of the peoples of the world who are determined to remain free will ensure a world victory of the forces of justice and of righteousness over the forces of savagery and of barbarism. Italy also has declared war against the United States. I therefore request the Congress to recognize a state of war between the United States and Germany, and between the United States and Italy. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the White House, December 11, 1941.
After that, Speaker Rayburn, who I worked intimately with, and I was all alone at that time because the other 2 people that were involved in my work were, one was dying of cancer and the other was in his 90s. So I had to handle the whole thing, and it was a terrific job. with 435 people out there. And so the speaker said, Irv, he said, you know, this is a momentous thing. And he said, would you like this gavel? And I said, only, I said, if you would sign it. And, of course, he signed it and dated it and everything. And this is a gavel I have here right now that I'm going to give to the House Museum.